Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to Learn to Play Endless Legend. I'm Phwop, and this is the Necrophage early game. So, a lot of cool things are going to happen this turn. Remember, we're still vaguely working toward this quest. We need 20 die. We can't buy it. I'm hoping to find some when I search some of these ruins or something, but there's not too much hope of that. We can extract some if we take over Lethe. If we did that, it's not, sure, it's doable. I'm tempted. There's a sweet spot to start a city right here with all of this goodness wrapped around it. But then again, I would also like to take the region of Adinda before these guys do, as it does have titanium and glass steel, and the Kazanji are cool too. But then again, if I take Lethe, I can incorporate haunts into my empire, which will increase my science by a tiny bit, and let me build haunts, which are disease immune, which is cool. That's the general strategy, but right now, I'm going to show you something else cool. So we've been exploring with our hero, gathering XP from temples, and he is currently level 3 and about to level up. And we're going to attack villages. Remember, we've been attacking villages for quite a while, so our cadaver pile is up to 6. At 8, we'll receive our first stockpile of recycled goods, and it'll be time to figure out what we're going to do with that and how that helps us. So this is the first time we're going to get to use that really important racial ability. Alright, so we're fighting some ice wargs. Our troops are not only level 2, as indicated by the 2 up here, but they are also improved through equipment because we had to retrofit them earlier in the game to ensure that we would win. The ice wargs don't have much going for them. They're great during the winter, and they have sweep strike back, which is one of the reasons I want to manually control this. Also, you note the power display. It says they're about 25% as powerful as us. My suggestion is, so we all go before they do. My suggestion is you control every battle manually in which they are 25% or more of your power level, lest you want to lose someone, or you know how it's going to go down. And claiming you know how, I expect to reload a good bit. All right, so how do we want this to go down? These guys, here's what we want to do. We want to avoid, when we attack them, having any friends nearby. Which means I actually want him here. So here's how we're going to surround him. We're going to leave a space between each of our units. That way their sweep strike back won't get us. Since we have the initiative, if we whack them, they won't be able to move, and we'll control positioning. Now, we've obviously diseased this guy, and we're not going to get to disease this one because only our hero is attacking him. And of course, he can only retaliate once. There are special abilities that give you more retaliations, but that's it. And note that, I guess they do get a turn. No, that was our turn. Yeah, so if they counterattack, they don't get their turn anymore. And so we did a good job of avoiding taking any extra damage. We trash those guys, and we get some XP. Alright, so we get 13 XP each, which means we level up. You can see that with these little chevrons up here. We also get 2 more cadavers. Woohoo! And that results in our first recycled stockpile. Good news. First off, we leveled up to level 3, which means it is time. Boom. This guy is now totally ready to be a governor. He has been getting more XP out on the field, and that was valuable. But now that I have reached level 3 on necrotic agriculture, and level 3 is a significantly bigger boost than 1 and 2, it's time to give him his governorship. First thing I'm going to do is we have no movement left here, so there's no more opportunity to gain XP on the battlefield. It's time to assign him to a city. How do we do that? Well, we can go to the city, or I don't use this screen often enough. This is the city list screen, and trust me, it's good to get familiar with all the screens. We can click here and to name population hero. No hero assigned. Let's pick him from the list. Boom. He's now assigned to the city. And note that our food production jumped to 62, which is crazy. 30 from hero skill. Remember also that we get a percentage boost from our seed storage of 15%. Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And remember that while assigned as a governor, he's not only going to get 1 XP around, but he also gets about 7 to 8% of the cost of everything that gets built. So for the burrow, that's pretty hefty. That's probably like 15 XP points. Obviously, it'll take a while, but in heavily industrialized cities, you can level up heroes significantly faster in the mid to late game than you can out fighting, and much safer too. Heroes also gain quite a bit of XP when they're sieging, pillaging, and performing espionage on enemy cities. All valuable things they could be doing. So yeah, look at this. We're 62 food a turn, up from like, what was it? It was not nearly this high. So our population is going to start to skyrocket, and we can funnel that into science, or more agriculture, or probably industry, or even influence if we wanted to. Since we're building burrows, our influence amount is actually going to be quite high. So what about our stockpile? So here's our stockpile. It's on the Empire Management screen, remember F1, and it says plus 120 food on city. What does that mean? It means you can activate it. It's a one-time boost of 120 food on a city. And of course, if it wraps around, it can produce more than 1 population point. Now, what do I want to use this for? I probably want to use this on my second city. Let's go ahead and if I was really smooth, maybe I would have the settler building earlier. But I think it's time to move towards our first settler. One of the super important things to never forget about using your food stockpile is that when you're building a settler, your food doesn't increase. Your population can't increase. So you can totally waste one of these if you use it when you're building a settler. Or we could use it right now. We could probably get like so let me tell you what this means as well as I understand. So the effects. Up at the top right of this tooltip, it says 62.2. That's how much food we're producing a turn. City growth stock. We currently have 413 stocked. City growth upper limit. When we pass that, we get a new population point. City growth lower limit. When we get below that, we lose a population point. During winter, it's not too hard to starve. So it's good to know what that means. So that's when you hover over this bar here. And of course here we have 4 population, 0 from pacified villages. Pacified village is our next stop with our army. These guys are headed over here to beat down the Sisters of Mercy so that we can enslave them. Because to get the most out of our commander's bonuses, we should remember that he has slavery. Increases the per worker value for food and industry for each pacified village. That means that we get +1 per person for both food and industry for every pacified village. Unfortunately, there's only one pacified village in this region, but if we were in a zone that had 2 or 3 pacified villages, we can get a significant increase, up to 75% more industry per worker, which is a big deal. All right, guys, that is it for governorship and specifically the Necrophage food producing governor. As he levels up, we're gonna go here. Unit reduction cost is great. It means our units will build faster and cheaper. We're gonna go here. Our army, this is only for your army. It doesn't make a difference when you're the governor, but you get health regen, although it may include all your garrison units as your army. And then we're gonna go here for 3 points to give us a sick 45% food increase. Then we'll go here for extra fortification, but really just to unlock access to Inspirational Leader, which is going to across the board increase everyone's stuff. And that is pretty much the perfect governor. Then you can start moving around. There's plenty of awesome things to take. So that is the switch from Army Leader to Governor and why I made it and what it can do for us. Also, if they get really beat up, you can just assign them here, or if something really expensive is about to build, then it's totally worthwhile. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. And until next time, remember, it's all downhill from here.